Hi, I'm Ted Nelson, coming to you at twilight on the 17th of May, 2013. Tonight's plan, to reveal the identity of Satoshi Nakamoto, creator of Bitcoin. Thousands of people would like to know who really created Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a non-centralized system of people's digital money and the system of software that carries it out, created by a person or persons unknown. Now, most people call Bitcoin a virtual currency, but I call it electronic
gold.
Self-destruct sequence activated. 3, 2, 1.
Is this your homework, Larry?
Ask him about the car, man.
Is this yours, Larry? Is this your homework, Larry?
Is that your car out front?
Is this your homework, Larry?
We know it's his fucking homework. Where's the fucking money, you little brat?
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Johnny here. Let's get right on into today's episode. But before we do, you know the drill. Please hit that like. Please hit that subscribe. And definitely don't forget to ding the bell to stay up to date on all the latest and the greatest. All right, so let's move into this. So if you remember a couple of days ago, I did post an idea on Tradingview and made a little video about it. Basically letting you guys know that I thought or still think that we were at a local top. So after making this new all-time high all the way up here at 48K, I think it was, yeah, 48,187. I thought that that may have been the high before Bitcoin was getting ready to have a local top, you know, correct possibly down to 35K, but it did catch support here at the $44,000 level, which is definitely a very, very bullish sign. I mean, it's really hard to be bearish on Bitcoin right now when you consider the incredible amount of bullish news. But if you've been trading for any significant amount of time, you know that that's typically an alarm bell that should let you know that, you know, when euphoria is this high, we are likely due for a shakeout. So, you know, I almost did give up on this idea. You know, things were just looking incredibly bullish. The price just kept moving up, but we were getting these, you know, these odd swings, very indicative and characteristic of a topping pattern. So I still think we are at a local top here after hitting this new all-time high just above 48.6 thousand US dollars. But we have to take a look at some other fundamental news as well. So a dormant stash of 1,000 Satoshi era Bitcoin awakens as unknown holder moves crypto fortune. Before we go over this article, please take note, the author Plato correctly says Bitcoin and not Bitcoins. So this just basically says that 1,000 Satoshi era Bitcoin worth $26.6 thousand had been moved not too long ago. But one thing to note here, I mean, basically we got the gist of it from the title of this article, but every time there is some news about Satoshi era Bitcoin floating around out there, it typically leads to some sort of a correction. Not to mention, we've got Tether again printing record amounts of USDT, printing over 2 billion back in early January, and they're doing it again now. Also, there's some other, not bearish news, but maybe short-term bearish news. So miners, I mean, they are just making a fucking killing right now, over 4 million in revenue, and that's just insane. So two factors are responsible for this. First of all, that the rewards for mined blocks that Bitcoin network pays to miners, so the mempool is kind of backed up, so naturally transactions are a bit more expensive. And then also the incredible rise we've seen out of Bitcoin over the last year. I mean, over $48,000. Mining crypto right now is the most profitable it really has ever been. So I do think that we are due for a small correction or a shakeout in the short term. But, you know, I could be wrong. So there has been quite a few bearish patterns here in Bitcoin. that have been breaking bullish. So, just because the patterns are there, the bearish patterns, even bearish divergences haven't necessarily been playing out. I mean, there's just so much hype and so much speculation and so much support for mass adoption with Bitcoin. The bulls can step in at any time and completely invalidate any bearish idea that we have. So really, we're just looking at these bearish ideas as re-entry points to place our buy orders to get back into a long position. So this bearish crab idea that I did post, or I did make a video about the other day, is still validated. So we have come back up and we got a new all-time high, but we didn't break the invalidation point. So we are still looking at a possible move to the downside. Now, as that article mentioned, if we do break the $44,000 area right here, we are likely headed down below, possibly down here to around 39, 40K. But if we break that support level, we're likely headed down to $35,000, $36,000, which, if you're like me, you're a glass half full kind of guy, and you really want to see Bitcoin come down to these prices so we can get a nice solid position in Bitcoin before it really takes off and starts heading up to Mars. So again, I have my buy orders scaled in here, really just looking to get into a long non-leveraged position here, buying some Bitcoin at cheaper prices, because from here, I think this really may be the last correction if we even get it. But I do think that we should have a corrective move before taking off to much higher levels. So one thing that would invalidate this idea, though, if Bitcoin does break the $49,835 level, I don't think we've broke that yet. No. So if we break that level, the bearish crab idea is then invalidated, and I am looking at a Bitcoin price somewhere up in the low $70,000 area. Let's go ahead and take a look at the CME. So I know the CME closed above Bitcoin's price where it is right now. Let's see exactly where it did close. So yeah, the CME closed at 48,495, and Bitcoin right now is at 46,918. So if Bitcoin does head into the week below that price where the CME closed, then we have a gap above the price, and we could look for possibly entering into a nice long trade to go up and at least close that gap, if not head further to the upside. But that's it. That's what I'm looking at today, guys. Again, if you want to see this idea in detail, you can follow me on Tradingview. My name is BitCap Johnny on there, just spelled like that. And if there are any updates, I will be posting to the free Telegram group. The link is in the description below, so make sure you come and check it out. We are slowly getting started. I think we're about 50 members deep in there, but we are building up a pretty solid base. If you're new to crypto and you want to learn how to trade and you want to learn how to trade profitably, we have put together one of the most comprehensive introductory courses there is, period. This thing is the best. All of these videos are right in order. I have chapter PDFs for you to follow along with for each lesson. There are cheat sheets, there are trading tools. I mean, everything you need to get started trading cryptocurrencies and being successful at it, we have right here in this introductory course. So if you want to, go ahead and go to the website, www.3candlecollective.com. Click on over to join us and click on the request information button and go ahead and send that over to us, and we'll send you an email right away with information for taking the educational course. So that's it. That's all I got for you guys today. Again, thank you so much for dropping in. I will see you guys tomorrow.